Is nice girl syndrome killing your love life? And real quick, I'm Jax. If you don't know me, I'm your good friend. I'm going to teach you all about men, commitment, and love. And I'm no Tony or Mel Robbins, but about 40 million people a month watch my content and absolutely love the advice. I'm hoping you'll be one of them. So let's get straight into it. Men are walking all over you. Oh, I know it hurts to hear. Trampling your standards. And now you're wondering, am I too nice? Do I need to become more of a hard woman to get my way in this world? Is it time to go full devil wears Prada on these men? Because I get it. I hear it every single day in my comments. Around 1,000 comments a day at least. Thousands of women are telling me how men are doing them dirty and how they keep getting taken advantage of when all they really want is a good, healthy, committed relationship. They're acting in good faith. They're being genuine, and guys are taking advantage of that. And I know it hurts. I really do. I've seen it with my sisters. I've seen it with many of my clients. So let's talk about whether you need to become more direct, more hard, more quote-unquote biatchy. I'm going to use that term a lot today to get the treatment that you want. And drum roll, please, you absolutely do not need to do that. No, absolutely not. Men are attracted to women with high standards and confidence, but this has nothing to do with being a difficult person to be around. The real problem is something else entirely. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know this problem intimately because I suffer from this problem myself. People pleasing is not just a women thing. I've spent years learning to advocate for my own needs instead of just going along with whatever made everyone else feel comfortable. I don't know if you've been in a party where you're like, oh, everyone has to have a really good time. Oh, I can't say this or else people will get upset. It's usually the successful child syndrome that you do not want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. So when we talk about this, I'm not preaching from some high horse. I'm not some guru on top of a mountain. I'm right here working through this with you. So what is nice girl syndrome actually? And here's what's going on. You've been conditioned by society to be nice, to make everyone around you feel so comfortable, so safe. And maybe as a child, you learned that just by getting along with the program, to never advocate for yourself, to never make concessions just to keep, or to make concessions just to keep everyone happy. And in most areas of life, this does work. This can be beneficial. However, it is devastating in love. Nice girl syndrome, it really isn't about being kind or warm or loving. Those are beautiful qualities. We want those. People love those. It's about being a people pleaser who lets people trample them for having standards, who is so terrified of conflict and rejection and making people feel uncomfortable that they stop advocating for their own personal needs. And when we stop advocating for our own personal needs, we start to build up a lot of resentment. It is a ticking time bomb when we do this. And what does this look like? It's saying yes when you really want to say no. It's shrinking to make somebody else feel comfortable. It's rearranging your entire schedule because he texted you last minute. It's laughing off disrespect because you don't want to seem dramatic. And men can feel it every single time. And why this kills attraction. There's an uncomfortable truth here in all things related to love is men lose respect for women that they can walk all over. They might enjoy it for a week or two, but deep down something shifts. Think about it like this. Imagine you had a friend who you could constantly be rude to, and they would just sit there and take it and never push back. Or imagine, if you want, a TV character that's just constantly getting beat down. You might feel sad for that character, but you do not respect that character. They just absorb everything with a smile. Would you respect them? No. Internally, you'd be screaming, please stand up for yourself. Do something. Do anything. Do not let them treat you like this. And that's exactly what's happening when a man crosses your boundaries consistently. He does not think, oh, she's so chill. Oh, she's reorchestrating her schedule. He's thinking, this woman doesn't have standards. And men are attracted to high perceived challenge and standards. And a man wants a woman that has her own sense of worth, a woman who knows what she is and what she will expect. And some people might be listening to this and they might be like, wait, I'm really accomplished in my career. What do you mean I don't have standards? Same thing as me. People that have people pleaser tendencies can be very accomplished at times. They can be very, very successful. But the reason that they're not at the zenith, the pinnacle of their success is often because they're letting people trample their boundaries. And it's something we need to learn. And this is not about being, a hard woman. This is about being a woman with self-respect that guys have to rise to meet your standard instead of you lowering your standards in order to make them feel comfortable, in order to make them feel so happy. We want to maintain our boundaries, and guys rise to meet them, not necessarily, shrink to get to them. And let's talk about the difference between nice and no standards. So people confuse the two things all the time, even in the men's dating niche, which is, leagues away from us. They'll have this thing, oh, nice guy syndrome. It's like, women love nice guys. I want you all to date somebody that's nice. But when we say nice, we're really meaning people pleaser. So being nice means being kind, warm, and genuinely care about people. Having no standards means accepting treatment that doesn't serve you because you're afraid of the alternative. You're afraid of rejection. You're afraid of making the person feel uncomfortable, or you're afraid of the backlash of this person. You can be the nicest person in the world and still say no. Saying no is not mean. This is something we need to internalize, you and me both. Saying no is not mean. You can be warm and loving and still walk away from a man who disrespects you. You can be easygoing about the small stuff and completely firm on the things that freaking matter. In fact, that combination is exactly what high-value women do, what women with serious standards do. They're pleasant to be around. They're not looking for fights. But when something crosses the line, they address it calmly and clearly. No drama, no yelling, no ultimatum. It's just clarity. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. I need something different. And then they let the man decide if he wants to step up or step out. Or sometimes you just go step out entirely. If it's bad enough, obviously step out entirely. And let's talk about how to actually fix these people pleaser tendencies. Because if you spent years being the quote unquote nice girl, being the doormat, being the person that people walk all over, being the person that's always just trying to make people feel uncomfortable, this doesn't change overnight, but it does start with one skill. And today we're talking about awareness, is we need to become more comfortable saying no. No, not bitchy no, just clear, calm, unapologetic no. No, I don't do last minute plans. Let's schedule something for the weekend. No, I'm not comfortable with that. Here's what will work better for me. No, I don't think we're looking for the same thing. And the first few times you're going to do these stuff like this, your whole body will be terrified. Your whole body will want to backtrack, apologize, soften it. Don't sit in the discomfort. Let it be there in silence. Let him respond how he responds. Because here's what you'll discover. The men who get frustrated and leave, they were never going to give you what you wanted anyway. You just sped up the process. A man that just loves that you have no boundaries is not the guy you want to be with. The man who hears you and adjusts, those are the guys willing and worth it to spend time with you. Your no is a filter. It separates men who want to partner from men who want a freaking pushover. So let's talk about the daily practice that you can start implementing. And my therapist gave this to me, so you know it's from a good vetted source. I want you to try it. Every single day, write down one time you said yes and truly meant it. This is a clean yes, not a people-pleasing yes. You genuinely wanted to do something. You weren't afraid to avoid conflict, and you actually did it because it made you happy. And one time you said no, even though your tendency would have been to say yes. So this is like, hey, we're now starting to set a boundary. We're now learning to set no. And this is where you advocated for your needs. You set a boundary. You prioritize yourself over somebody's comfort. And this isn't always dating, right? Like, it could be your parents want you to come home for Christmas, but like you're now living in a different continent. And you're like, no, I can't do it. And I want you to just track your emotion in 3 phases. Before saying no, how did you feel? Were you anxious? Were you guilty? Do you have a fear of rejection or a fear of the reaction? And right after saying no, what did you feel? Did you feel relief? Are you still anxious? Did you feel regret? And one day after. So we did it immediately after, and then one day after. How do you feel? Did the world end? Was it actually fine? Do you feel a lot better now? And the goal of this exercise is to build 3 muscles. First, advocating for your needs instead of automatically deferring to other people's wants and desires. Second, tolerating the discomfort of potential disapproval. And third, realizing that most of the time, people are pretty dang fine with your no. And we were often just catastrophizing, future projecting what we thought that they would be thinking. And yeah, it's so classic. I'm laughing because I do this myself. And do this for 2 weeks, and you'll be shocked at what you learn about yourself. And let's talk about what men actually want. Let me tell you what I see as a man from a true man's perspective. We don't want a woman who agrees with everything we say. We don't want a woman who's always available, always flexible, always accommodating. We don't want a woman who's so afraid of losing us that she'll accept anything. If we wanted that, all guys would be dating robots. We want a woman who challenges us, who has opinions, who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to ask for it. We want a woman who makes us feel like we've earned her attention, not like she's just waiting around for anyone else to show up. We want a woman with standards, because when a woman with standards chooses us, it actually means something. Her attention has value. What is scarce has value. What is a high standard has value. So no, you don't need to be more of a biatch. You need to be a woman who loves herself, advocates for herself, and requires respect for others. That's not being mean. That's not being difficult. That's not playing games. That's just knowing your worth. And the right man will recognize it immediately and continue to build a relationship with you. I love you so much. Ciao.